Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're diving straight into the deeply layered, frankly fascinating world of what actually keeps your data safe online. Every single day, we're sending private messages, buying stuff, logging into our bank portals, right? And we rely on these familiar little signs that tell us, hey, you're safe. But how true is that sense of security? We're going to strip away the illusions today and look directly at the reality of digital security. Think about it for a second. You go to a website, you glance up at the URL bar, and you see that familiar little padlock icon. Immediately you think, great, HTTPS, my data is completely protected. That little padlock has basically become our universal symbol for peace of mind. But is it actually enough to stop modern cyber threats? See, our expectation is that HTTPS acts like this impenetrable magic shield, meaning our data is fully protected. But the reality? It requires a whole complex combination of things: multiple layers of encryption, authentication, identity verification, and key management. Think of it kind of like a massive high-security vault. HTTPS, well, that's just a locked front door. Sure, it keeps the casual snoops out, but true security requires the inner workings: security guards, checking IDs, cameras, and thick inner steel safes. If you just lock the front door but leave the inner vaults wide open, your valuables are absolutely not secure. Section 1. Evolving network cyber threats. So we really have to look at what exactly is trying to break through that front door, because frankly, relying on just a single layer of encryption is incredibly vulnerable these days. We're seeing a massive clash right now between outdated protocols and modern automated attacks. Cyber attacks aren't just some lone hacker typing furiously in a basement anymore. No, they're increasingly automated, highly sophisticated software programs that are constantly scanning the entire internet 24/7, just probing for weaknesses. And because these threats are evolving so rapidly and operating at such massive scale, organizations literally have to move away from outdated protocols. If you're still using old locks, these automated systems are going to pick them in milliseconds. Let's rapidly fire through what these threats actually look like when your data is in transit. First up, we've got network interception and man-in-the-middle attacks. Imagine you're whispering a secret to a friend, but someone is standing right between the two of you, secretly listening in, altering what you said, and then whispering that fake new version to your friend. And neither of you has any idea this person is there. That is a man-in-the-middle attack. Attackers secretly relay and possibly even alter communications between two parties who completely believe they are directly connected. It's just a silent, invisible interception of your data while it's on the move. Keeping this moving, let's talk about key compromise and replay attacks. The thing is, attackers don't always need to break your encryption if they can just steal the keys to the castle. That's key compromise. Or consider a replay attack, which involves the malicious delay and repetition of a perfectly valid data transmission. Imagine a hacker captures the exact encrypted data packet of you transferring $100 to someone. Even if they can't decrypt it to see what it says, they might just copy that packet and replay it to the server 10 times over, tricking the system into transferring $1,000. They entirely bypass basic security simply by resending old valid data. And finally, we conclude this threat sequence with two massive, terrifying realities: unauthorized access and future quantum threats. Unauthorized access represents breaches of your system perimeters, basically when the bad guys simply bypass the walls and get inside your network. But the really scary reality looming on the horizon is the impending danger of quantum computing. Quantum computers will eventually be powerful enough to completely shatter our current cryptographic standards. The math we rely on today to protect our data, it just won't hold up to quantum processing power. The clock is absolutely ticking on our current defenses. Section 2. Modern Cryptographic Armor. Okay, take a breath. I know all of that sounded a bit ominous, but the good news is our defenses are evolving just as fast as the attacks. And we're not just talking about boring acronyms here. We're looking at an elite roster of heavy-duty shields. We have web protocols like TLS 1.3 and QUIC, robust VPN tech like WireGuard and IPsec, and incredibly secure messaging standards like the Signal Protocol, Noise, and MLS. These protocols are specifically engineered to provide significantly stronger protection against all those threats we just covered. They patch the holes of older protocols and bring real, robust, modern cryptography to the table. They are the bedrock of secure communication today. Section 3. The Layered Defense Strategy. The most secure systems in the world never depend on just one protocol alone, no matter how elite it is. Let's move to and see how this builds into a layered progression. Step 1 is encrypted transport. You scramble the data so no one can read it in transit. But as we know, that's not enough. Step 2 is secure authentication. You prove that the person or server you're talking to is exactly who they say they are. Step 3 is certificate validation. You mathematically verify those credentials against a trusted source. And step 4 is key rotation. You constantly change the cryptographic keys so that if one ever is compromised, your window of vulnerability is incredibly small. You see, you don't trust a connection just because it has one layer of security. You verify and you layer. To really complete this layered defense, we need some core defensive requirements to ensure systems are truly secure by default. We combine all those previous steps with forward secrecy, meaning even if a key is compromised today, attackers absolutely cannot go back and decrypt past communications. We implement zero-trust principles, meaning no user or device is trusted by default, whether they're inside or outside the network. And finally, end-to-end encryption, ensuring data is only ever readable by the communicating users, not even the servers in between. This is the blueprint for real, robust security.
Section 4. Future of Digital Trust.
So, what does this all mean for you? We've talked about protocols, keys, and quantum threats, but understanding the shift from blindly trusting a single padlock icon to demanding a real multi-layered defense is absolutely crucial for your everyday digital life. The future of digital trust will not be built on promises. It will be built on strong protocols, layered security, and cryptographic proof. Real security isn't about crossing our fingers or listening to a company's PR department promise that they take your privacy seriously. It is about mathematical proof. It's a verifiable, rock-solid, multi-layered cryptographic engineering. Which leaves us with this provocative final thought to walk away with today. As you look at the apps you use, the software your company deploys, and the networks you connect to every day, ask yourself, are your systems relying on empty promises and outdated single locks, or are they actually built on verifiable cryptographic proof? It's a question we all need to be asking as we navigate the reality of modern digital security. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious and stay secure.